Ryan, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
Are you ready? We got 20 seconds to go. Going live soon.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Okay. All the best.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon to you. This is Amy from Coffee with Amy Kang, and today we have Ryan Tang with us. And welcome to this session with us. Today we are going to share with you all about the 10 gods in Bazi. Okay, so thank you for coming in. And if you are inside the chat, I'd like you to say hello to us, let us know where you're from, and do like and share our YouTube and Facebook channel. Thank you so much. So first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Amy Kang. I'm a mental health advocate as well as a metaphysics consultant. Nowadays, I do metaphysics consulting work, and I use my experience as a person living with the schizophrenia conditions to share with people how to gain clarity using Chinese metaphysics. So thank you, Fatu. Hello, good afternoon to you. And let's welcome Ryan. Ryan is a sales coach, and let's welcome Ryan to introduce about himself. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, everybody. This is Ryan Tan. I'm right now starting as a sales coach to help people in businesses achieve results as quickly as possible using Chinese metaphysics. Okay. So today, thank you so much, Amy, for the opportunity to work with her today and to talk all about the 10 gods energies.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, JJ. Good afternoon to you. Hello, how are you? Yeah, thank you for coming in, everyone. So now, I hope you have taken your lunch and that you're all ready to learn a little bit more about Thank Gods. So, and very privileged to have you here with us today. So, after the session sharing is about maybe 20 to 30 minutes time, we are going to have a question and answer section. So if you have any questions regarding to the 10 gods, welcome to key it in into the comments box, namely my Facebook page or me and Ryan's YouTube channel. We can live streaming to these three platform now. Yeah. Hi, Jing. Good afternoon to you. Thank you, JJ. Yes. Okay. So yes, both beautiful and handsome. Thank you so much for the compliment. Yes. Okay. So without further ado, let's have Ryan to kick the ball rolling. Welcome, Ryan.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amy. Thanks so much. Okay. So look at the 10 gods, right? A lot of people has a misconception that we're actually praying to deities. Okay, you see the picture on the left, we have Buddha, we have Jesus Christ, we have all the other deities around. But actually, no, the 10 gods is just archetype. Okay, it's actually a label. We try to how we can express how the every year, every month, the different 10 stems, how they interact with each other, and more important is how they interact with your day master. So it's not actually physical gods that we are talking about. Okay, it's actually how the energy that you receive from the external environment and how internally you can express out the energies. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so everybody who does metaphysics knows the basic about the 5 elements. Okay, and I've drawn the very basic of a producing and controlling cycle. Okay, so we right in parts, right, we try to remember the sequence COWIR, sense of companion, output, wealth, influence, and resources. Okay, so for example, taking the reference of the if you're a fire element. Okay, if you meet another fire, you're meeting the same element. Okay, if you're meeting an earth, you're producing the earth. You meet with metal, okay, you're actually controlling the metal. But however, when you meet water, water controls you. Okay, when you meet wood element produces you. Okay, now how is it relatable to the 10 gods? Okay, so by splitting into yin and yang elements, okay, So companion, you see friends and Rob Wealth. Okay, don't worry about the short forms. You will have more information later on. And we actually have produced a simple document for you to help you remember. Okay, so for companion, you have a friend star and Rob Wealth star. Okay, output you have eating God and hurting officer. For wealth is indirect wealth and direct wealth. For influence is 7K and direct officer. For resources is indirect resource and direct resources. So giving an example back again, okay, let's say for example, my day master is with water, so I'm a water element. So if let's say for this year we have the element or the water element coming in for the whole year. So for me is I'm meeting my own companion. Okay, now how does that relate to the 10 gods? And Amy will give you an example for this.
Mm-hmm. How do you relate to the 10 gods? You're saying?
Yes, how when we're looking at the specific 10 gods, how, because earlier we were talking about the 5 elements, right? But the 10 gods talk about the 10 stems, correct?
Okay, yeah. So for example, right, if you are like for example, Ryan is a Kui Day Master. So when a Kui Day Master meet with a Kui water energy, like example, this year is a water rabbit year, so it's a Kui Mao. So when it meet together, so it actually forms the friends. So yeah, so that means this is the friend element. Yeah. So let's say in my example, I'm a sink matter. So if I meet with the Kui water energy, then it will be my eating god year. So this is how we illustrate the example. Yeah. Is there anything I need to add on, Ryan, here?
No.
Oh, you
not
want to
very
add on
good.
for me? Okay, thank you so much.
Okay. So actually, what we have done is actually created a simple template. Okay, help you to remember. Okay. So for as Amy mentioned, for example, she's Sing Day Master. So whenever she sees the year energy or the month energy, and she wants to, okay, so this month, what would be good activities? What activity will she be best suitable to do? For example, so she can either look downwards at the element, okay, at the stem first, and then from there look to the left to see which of 10 gods are we talking about, or she can go the other way around, looking from the left hand side, the 10 gods, and then from there looking at which element would it be, and whether is it that month or is it that year, would it be helpful? Will she have the extra energy to do all these things, extra boost, so she can do it complete and she can do it successfully? Okay.
Yeah. Very clear. Thank you, Ryan. So let me start off with the first of the 10. It doesn't go in sequence, but I will kickstart the first 5 10 gods. So the first one being friends. So for a friends, thank God, right? This is someone. This is a energy that is dependent, accountable, and we use it for partnerships. So like doing networking, simplified and growth. Also relating to each other, and also some of the things that we can do is that we can do like start a consultancy together or do negotiations, and then also about deal makings. And the activity that we can touch on is something like managing events or managing a team. So let's say if the friends fall into a negative energy, so what is the thing that is happens when a friend star actually fall into negative energy? The friends can actually feel isolated. So when the friend feeling isolated, right, the thing that this person can do is to do some form of self-reflections, and also to gather feedbacks from other people. Okay, so basically for friends, mainly is a very comfortable kind of energy. Yeah. Yeah. So the next one, other than friend, the other companion star is actually the Rockwell star. So in my example, then let's say if EG and the HO lah, so they are companion. Okay, I mean this might not be a very good example. Yeah, but then let me carry on with the Rockwell. Okay, for Rockwell, right, we have is like the energy is something like a good friends all around and be there with us without any expectations. So things good to do are like teamwork, influencing. It can be like collaborations, and also leveraging on each other platform. And also the activities that we can touch on are also like managing the events and also products and services. So however, if Rockwell's thank God is falling into the negative traits, right? Then it will be like there'll be a lack of confidence, because Rockwell basically you talk about like competitions. So when you are like in the losing end, you will feel like, hey, maybe I'm not doing enough. So there's a lack of confidence. So to counter that, right, you can actually expand our comfort zone. So to stretch it out, to stretch above our limit, so that we can actually increase our confidence level. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So the next slide. Thank you, Ryan. So the next one about the thank God, we have eating God. So eating God is talking about enjoyment with the partners, and then like usually when I talk to my clients about eating God, we say that it's like macam like a Thai lifestyle lah. So creating new experience, and also it is a subtle strategy, problem solving, also talking about creativity, innovations, designers, and fine art. So for example, for myself, right? So this year is my eating God year, because as a Sing Day master, the Kui Water Rabbit year is my eating God year. So what I will do is that I will do more creative work, like maybe doing of like writing up some blogs and things like that. So this is align with the energy of the this year annually, so that you can actually I can propel better like making use of parts. And then if it's actually what happens when eating God actually fall into the negative traits, right? It will tend to have stress eating, and then probably have the eating disorder. So like I'm actually I have a very high eating God inside my own temp profile. So actually I know that I actually when I am get stressed up, right? So the one of the solution I go to is to binge eat. So this one I must be mindful about my eating. So when I chew something, I must chew it slowly. You know, because I must eat it with pay attention to my diet, so that I will not go horizontally lah. I don't want people to mistaken me as a keng matter, obvious lah. No? Okay, so that is for eating God. And then after that, we have also the next one, which is the hurting officer. So hurting officer is someone, is an energy whereby is outspoken and beautiful, and then talking about self-improvement. So what we can use with this hurting officer energy is that we can use the power of influence to impact lives, and also can use it for marketing, branding, performing arts, and also be a public or motivational speaker. So for example, I only get to learn about thank God like last year from my friends and my masters, like say no. So I also learned that actually last year is my hurting officer year. That is the first year that I really used thank God. And then I start to do Facebook marketing. I start to do Facebook lives, and that's where I actually find that the energy actually aligns, and it's much easier. So for people who would like to do Facebook live all this thing, you can maybe tap it onto your hurting officer year or your hurting officer month and things like that. Yeah. So when a hurting officer is going into the negative trait, right? What will happen is that okay, Ryan, thanks. It will be someone actually that is quite blunt, honesty. For example, they say that, you don't look so good in this dress. So maybe someone will say that to me, you are actually quite plump or quite fat. So it's like very blunt honesty. So what we can tackle with this trait is that we can actually learn to control our expressions, and be mindful when we express ourselves. Am I saying it to hurt someone else? So, you know, this is how a hurting officer, especially someone who have a rooted hurting officer, there is a higher tendency to have this kind of trait, which is like we have to really be mindful. We do not want to hurt other people with our words, our statements, because actually words is it's much stronger weapon than just a knife, you know. Yeah, words actually can hurt. Yeah. So then we have the next one, which is the indirect wealth. So for indirect wealth is actually someone who is an opportunist. They amplify on the values or feelings, and it's a big picture energy, and we get deals in, and it's enterprising, and to develop and sell the visions, and to turn ideas into profit. So what we can do is that we can do some buying and selling of businesses during this period of time. Like if you have your indirect wealth this year, you can do something like turning ideas into profits, you know. However, for indirect wealth, if it's go into a negative traits, right, that means like in the chart, if the energy is at a negative end, okay, what can happen is that Ryan, please. Yeah, you will have the tendency to feel overwhelmed. So when you feel overwhelmed, what you can do is that you can start to do some journaling. Or for me, is the when I feel overwhelmed, I will just take my bicycle to go and cycle in the PCN. That's for me. Yeah. So let's have Ryan to share with us the remaining 5. Thank God. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan.
Sure, thank you so much. So next one up is the direct wealth. So what happens? The key word for direct wealth is to create value or to cut costs in your business. Okay, how you can do that? You can do manage your sales process, allow your company, your business to define own parameters, set the rules required. Okay, so this is very very obvious in law governing bodies or enforcing bodies, companies, or even teams. Okay, so this can be best demonstrated in team coordinating, okay, delegating goal-defined tasks going ahead. Now, when it's negatively affecting you, you may end up being a perfectionist. Okay, so when you're being a perfectionist, the easiest way is be mindful that you are going to that area, okay, and allow yourself, okay. First of all, you should avoid being self-critical about yourself, okay, and also but you must also allow yourself to have more self-compassion to here, okay. So yeah, hi, 姐姐, sorry, yeah. So your direct
Direct
wealth
wealth. Oh,
priority,
hi,
okay.
direct wealth.
So be aware, okay. The first thing you should do is be mindful of yourself. Do you feel that way? Do you feel being a perfectionist? Because you do. Because one thing you must all realize that a lot of opportunities are time sensitive. Sometimes it's better to go ahead with a project or an answer that is 50% or 80% correct or done and submit it, rather than wait for for all the opportunities, everything to be done up before going forward. Correct?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes. Do have more compassion, and also have self-compassion to yourself. Okay. Remember to have more self-compassion to yourself going forward. Okay. So next up is 7 killing. Oh, this is one of my favorite. Okay. Why? Because 7 killing is actually an energy where you are actually encouraged to take risks, to show courage, but not show blind courage, not blind risk, but actually to show off your hidden potential going forward. Okay. How can you do that? By showing off your power, your authority, or your significance, okay, in your work, in your everyday life, okay. You do it by also problem solving to for yourself, for others, okay, allowing you to plan your strategies and tactics, or very simple, lead by example, be hardworking, show people what you can do going forward, okay. However, sometimes because of that, when it's negatively impacting you, you may feel hurt or offended. Because after all, some killing, we sort of imagine it to be like a berserker or barbarian in those computer games, go out and fight everybody, end up getting more hurt along the way, correct? So what happens is that if you're feeling that way for yourself, okay, you can consider doing meditation, okay, or breathing to cultivate yourself, okay, to recover from yourself, or if you need to, seek out friends to do recover yourself, okay. Now, on the other hand, direct officer, okay, you also can show discipline, can show reliability by offering structure, okay. This is very important in companies that when they're doing operations, when you're looking at compliances and doing regulatory work required, okay. Alternatively, is you can look at creating more fans, okay, because right now everybody's in social marketing, so you can create more fans, create more opportunities to do all this. However, all this is done in a calm and collected approach, okay. and doing all problem solving. Now, for direct officer, when you're feeling too when you're negatively impacted by the energy, you may feel that you're too restricted. You do not know what to do. You are feeling that you have too many things that you are not allowed to do. Okay, and the best way to do to overcome it is, okay, avoid being reactive and defensive towards all these things. Okay, be mindful of self check. Be mindful of all the communication you have internally. Okay, because a lot of times, similar to earlier, we're talking about one of the okay, later on I'll talk a bit more, but a lot of this negative example is you must be mindful that your negative impact, and from there what actions you can take to overcome them. Okay, now next up is indirect resources. Indirect resources, the keyword I can remember this one is like be street smart. Okay, you must help yourself first. Okay, be wise, be self-dependent, not independent but be self-dependent. Okay, a very good example of these jobs titles would be brokers, trend analysis, where you actually give out your opinions, your views about what the trend looks like. Okay, this actually allows you to be ahead of others as long as you're being innovative. You're actually if you're considered to be a healer, you can look at unconventional wisdom, unorthodox method, okay, like TCM, alternative medication, all these things. Because why? All these indirect resources is where you are able to break yourself apart. You don't follow the trend. You create a trend. You be a trendsetter going ahead. But however, you might be negatively impacted by over imagining the situation. When you over imagine, then you might over imagine the problems, the challenges as well. Correct. And one suggestion you can do for IR period of time is to have guided meditation, okay, or just pure focus over 10 minutes. Okay, don't be tell yourself focus, allow yourself to have pure focus for just 10 minutes for certain tasks. This will actually help yourself to stop yourself from over imagining, overthinking the situation. Okay. So for the very last, thank God, we're going to talk to you about is actually direct resources. Okay, the keyword for direct resource is actually unconditional support. Okay, it's equivalent to motherly love. Okay, as a good example is, okay, researchers, okay, analysis, where they actually churn out the numbers, the research, the data beforehand. Okay, very good example is healthcare, doctors, teachers, where they actually have unconditional support for their peers or for their team going forward. Okay, alternative is fund management as well. Okay, however, if you happen to be negatively impacted by direct resource, you might feel yourself being too stressed out, okay, or even violated or taken advantage of. Okay, simple, or it is just simple that you have too many things to do and you're unable to say no to certain things involved. So for direct resources, you it's best to set healthy boundaries, okay, between yourself and your work. Okay, if you are working 5 days a week, set yourself boundaries that not don't do your work over the weekend. Correct. All this is very I think for all these negative traits, the first thing you all must do is be mindful of all these things. Then from there you're aware that this is affecting you, and then from there you can able to have all these suggestions of what not to do or how to avoid it getting downward spiral. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we have covered all 10 deities, all 10 gods per se. Okay, all the 10 stems. So let's give a few minutes out and see whether there's anybody have any questions on any of the 10 gods at the moment. Okay.
Gigi is saying that she lacked DR, no wonder she lacked support.
So so very good. So very simple. So if you lack DR, okay, at the moment, so what you should do is you should look for DR. You should look for DR. Okay. So let me see if I can bring to example earlier slide. Give me a second.
well, Ryan give the example coming up. I just want to say hello to Sunia. Sunia, good afternoon to you. Welcome to tune into this Coffee with Amy Kang live chat. And also hello to Harold. Hi Harold. Thanks for coming in again. Thank you. And hello Miss Sick. She say hello Amy and Ryan. Thank you. Thank you. And
Okay.
we have more
So-
also. Okay.
Okay. So for JJ, if you like DR, so what should you do? I do not know your day master at the moment, unless you're willing to share a bit on live. But you can look at this simple deck at the moment. Okay. So let's say assuming you are fire. Okay. So if you're fire element, okay, be it yin fire or yang fire, that one doesn't matter. Then we can go to more details later on the slide. So for that one, you can look downwards and look for your resources. Okay, which is wood element. Now later on we are not going to cover this and today's topic because today is a very simple basic introduction about the 10 gods. Okay, so you should look for resources, be it from your team or from your friends. Look for people who can offer you that DR per se, correct?
Okay.
Okay, so we have another comment. Hold on, let me see here. For Neo correct? Okay. So for Neo okay, you have high DR and IR. Very good. Very good. So what does it mean? Okay. So high DR IR. So you can go up here. So direct resource. So you can offer your service as direct resource. Correct. And who knows, maybe if you happen to know JJ, you can offer her direct resource energy to her as well, correct? So indirect resources is also when you also be self-dependent. Okay. Now, when you're high energy, okay, that's very good, which means all these things come very natural to you. All this energy come very natural to you. However, this also means that you may experience the negative effect stronger as well. Okay, and we also have to. I think what we learned in 八字 correct, is also each year, each month you may have different energies as well. So your energy, you might have high at the moment, but you may be negative impact by other elements. Okay. Otherwise, I think both Amy and myself, we can offer follow-up services if you're doing consultation with us. Okay, we actually tell you in advance for the next 3 months what energy levels you should be aware of, which element you should be noticing, and if possible, be mindful of what are the negative impacts on those each month's energy towards you are, and from there how you can plan and strategize your game plan, your action plan for next 3 months, 6 months going ahead, for example. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I also like to take this chance to say hello to Florence. Thank you for coming in, Florence. How is your day? Yeah. So also like to share. We still have some time, so like to ask the audience if you're like to share about what is your highest thank God and how do you feel that is how do you feel it? How do you feel about the thank God in your chart and how do you actually make take advantage of this thank God? If you have anything to share, welcome to drop it into the comments box. Hi Serene, hello, how are you? See you tonight. Hi, yeah. So we're all here to learn. We're all here to learn metaphysics. So this is a very comfortable environment that Ryan had actually initiated for me because he gathered some information that people are interested to learn about thank God. Initially, our plan is to do a date selection part 2 for his sharing. The last time, about a few weeks ago, Ryan actually shared about the date selections on the 3 Victory Day. And because of the a lot of the demand for thank God, so Ryan and myself have decided that today we want to share on thank God. So yeah, so okay, thank you Serene for asking the question. Right, how do I check what is my highest thank God? Good question. Ryan, you like to take this question?
Very simple, Serene. The easiest way is talk to us. Okay, we can actually help you plot a bar chart for you, because for us, we know how to read a bar chart. We can tell which is the highest thank God, and not only that, which is the highest thank God when you're naturally born, what we call the natal chart, is also what's the highest thank God for the year, highest thank God for each month, for example. So if Serene, I'm not sure whether maybe Amy, do you know
Yep.
Serene what she does in her everyday job, for example?
I know she working for a company, but I'm not too sure what is the role actually. Yeah, I didn't really talk about
Okay.
profession, but I think that's a very good question. Thank you, Ryan.
Mhm.
So,
Sure.
Ryan, yeah, sure. If you
So
are
for
comfortable to share, yeah.
Yeah, so sorry if you come to share in public, okay, what's your job scope like? We can actually help you plan ahead in terms of what activities will be good for those few months, so you can actually be better in your back row, okay,
Back
back
end
end row,
role.
sure. So even back end row, you're still very important in in all companies, correct? Because like for example, earlier I'm talking about, okay, give me a second, the slides. So see, direct resource is very back end role, correct? You're researching,
Researcher,
yeah,
analyst. Yeah.
correct. Your project manager where got back end role one, correct? Sorry, project manager is front end already lah. So
Yeah,
actually
project.
also, so, but let's say you prefer back end role position, okay, so you can consider, okay, on the months or the year that you are strong in direct resources, that you can actually consider doing more research, okay, churn out numbers, okay. Even for indirect resources, you can be okay self-dependent and provide the research, provide the trends for for your all the projects going forward, okay. For direct officers, very also very back end is your approach. You can show the reliability of job scope, okay. For talent killing, that one wise you can lead by example, okay. Show people that you can do the job, okay. You have courage to tell boss, okay, this is how I do work very effectively, okay. For direct wealth, okay, manage your team parameters, okay. Indirect wealth, see the biggest picture, okay. Turn your ideas subtly in the back end, okay, for a team, and so they can execute themselves, okay. The hurting officer, that one a bit challenging to be back end because you have to be outspoken, okay. For Pointing God, also back end, you can plan your activities, not certain strategy to guide your team to a certain direction, bring them closer, okay. Work wealth, very back end, manage your teams, have fun, go out and have team building events, correct? Okay. For friends, like also same thing, team building events, but that one more towards focusing on what you want them to do. For rock wealth, the difference is that you want them to have fun, okay. Bring them out for events, okay.
Mm.
So okay, I'm going to share this part out right now. Hold on.
Mm.
So for Serene, you got Rockwell in the resources and eating God. Okay, then you have to
Rock.
consider. Okay, so you're eating God. So you can be problem solving, be creative. Okay, help subtly plan strategy ahead, going towards a team. Correct. For indirect resource, I said earlier, no, be self dependent. Okay, for eating God. Okay, that means eating God earlier.
Eating got
Eating
it is.
God, yeah. So for rock wealth is earlier here. So yeah, for rock
Yep.
wealth, good. Team building, have fun. Okay, it's all because a good happy team works the best together, right? So you can
Yes.
consider doing that as well. Okay. Now, I think.
I think Florence also got the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Florence also had a statement. So Florence said that she always, yeah,
Okay.
her top 10 God profile is 7K, is around 80%. So she feel herself daring. Yeah, I agree that Florence is quite a gung ho lady that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
And she always keep high mindfulness about risk, which is very good, very self-aware. Yeah.
Correct. But Florence, okay, thankfully you're very mindful of your risks, okay? But
Mm.
do be mindful of yourself feeling hurt and offended, correct? Uh,
Mm.
because don't remember, if in everything that we do right, we must also look at the positive and negative part of things, correct? So
Mm.
please be mindful if when you're feeling hurt, pull yourself back, okay, do self meditation, guided meditation, heal yourself. Remember, you must heal yourself first going forward
Mm.
before you go
Mm.
forward. Okay?
Mm. Yes, very good. And do some breathing exercise, all this, it will help you. Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
next is
yep.
JJ is sharing about her chart. She always like to share and get some ideas from us usually. So she got 100% direct wealth, and HO is 90%, which is also quite high, right? And drop wealth
Mm-hmm.
is at 73%.
Yep.
And then she is asking like how many percent for aware, around 90%. What do you mean by that? I don't quite get your question, JJ. Do you mind to share?
Yeah.
Illustrate a bit more. What do you mean by how
So
many percent? Yeah, do you understand that, Ryan?
okay, I don't know as question exactly, but I'll still try my best to answer it at the moment.
Sure,
So how
sure.
much percent to be aware? Actually, any percentage must be aware because
Mm.
because we must remember we're not talking about just our natal 10 God energy that we're born with. We must also talk about the in every month, every year. Okay, we have the different energies from the surrounding that affects us.
Yeah.
Remember, we have in past we talk about the 10-year luck cycle, correct? And then we
Mm.
go every individual year 10 cycle. Okay, so
Mm.
so in terms of they say right, okay, how much percentage to have negative effect? I'll be honest,
Mm.
any percentage with negative effect because because if you're not aware of it, it might be negative. Okay,
Exactly. Mm.
correct. So if so, but however, when we're looking at the month and year energy, right? Because I think later on, if you're coming with a consult with us and for myself or for Amy, we can actually show you on each because on each month there'll be different energy. All 10 will be affected. All 10,
Mm.
some of them will be positive, some will be negative. Okay, all 10 will be affected. We will focus on the top two positive, the highest increase on the top two, and the bottom two that's most negatively changed, the most significant changes back and through. That one would be the highest chance that you might be either positively or negatively impacted by that month's energy or that year's energy per se. Is that okay?
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have Goy. Goy Ng. She saying, is it a he or she? Goy? Okay, so you are saying that you have no output. So is that the reason why you are procrastinating? Output. Yeah.
Okay. For Noi, right, very simple. We procrastinate because we feel no urgency. Doesn't it's not that thank God. Everybody will have procrastinating. Okay.
Or
Uh,
she. Mm.
Miss Ng, okay, Miss Dong. So we procrastinate simply because we feel there's no urgency. Correct. Okay. If let's say you buy, okay, for example, you are eating a meal. Okay, you're eating a meal. Okay, why do you procrastinate finishing the meal? Because there's no urgency to finish it. You take your time, slowly eat, slowly eat. But if let's say you're going for a movie after that and you're late
Mm.
already, you're eating very fast. Correct.
Yeah.
So the isn't that everybody procrastinates, especially things they don't like. Okay, I procrastinate going
Mm.
to the gym. Okay, I
Go
don't
to
know what
the
Amy.
gym. Okay.
Yeah, I procrastinate going to the gym. Okay,
Okay.
everybody has something they don't like, and when you don't like about it, you procrastinate, you try to delay. So
Yes.
every element, every thank God will have procrastinating issue. Now,
Mm.
when you have no output, generally it means that don't you may need a bit more help in that aspect. Okay, so we from your puzzle chart we can actually look okay at which element exactly which element you will need okay to help balance your chart to make yourself more productive, more efficient per se.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah.
hope that answers your questions. Okay,
Can I also
and
add on something?
sure.
Yeah. So for my example, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Ng. So actually, I have zero HO. So last year is a HO year for me, and I have zero HO. So because I learned that we can actually utilize the annual energy. So like the HO I don't have, right. So but then because that year for me is like what Ryan has shared just now. Like if I'm a Sing Day Master and then Ren Water, Ren Ying last year is my HO. So because that is the HO energy coming in, so I just tap on that annual energy and I started to do Facebook Live. So that's how if you don't have, you can actually use the annual energy or the 10-year luck or even the monthly energy to help you to cultivate that. Yeah, just a sharing. Thank you.
Not only that, you can also
Mm.
use energy for other people, your team members
Oh.
as well.
Mm-mm.
Because, but then again, you must, but this one will be a more advanced level, okay?
Mm.
Because if you're looking on yourself, okay, you're looking at yourself, it's very easy when you look at yourself, be self-dependent, okay? When you
Mm-mm.
look at other people, you must see what kind of activities, what kind of events, what will be a good, for example, for a hurting officer, will be public speaking. Okay, Amy
Mm-mm.
maybe she might feel, oh, I can speak on YouTube, but I cannot speak on stage.
Mm-mm.
Correct. for example. So she can consider, okay, looking at people who are professional speakers and learning from them as well. Because not only you be outspoken, you have to do self-improvement as well, correct?
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Ng. And next we have Karin. She is saying that if she's a 100% eating God, what should she do? So depending on what do you want to do, yeah. And also like 100%, it's like it's considered from what I learned, it's like more of an unhealthy range because like too much of something is not good. Yeah. So what is your second next one? The thank God. What's your next one for Karin? After 100% eating God, what do you have below that? Maybe you can take some time to type in your percentage for the second thank God. Yeah, while we still have some time, we said some more times to take in some more questions. If you all have any questions, feel free to interact with us. Okay, and for those who are like who are like a season one here, please don't be shy to interact. I know you all sometimes like patent okay. Okay, so Corinne is saying that hers is an indirect wealth. Okay, so maybe I let Ryan share about how you can actually use your indirect wealth in this sense. Do you mind telling us also what do you do as a profession, Corinne? Thank you.
Yeah, Corinne, it's very helpful for us to know whether you want to do this towards your own professional working life or you want to work towards a sideline kind of situation. Yes, definitely I agree with your comment. Let me show you a comment here. So yes, 100% is no good because it's too extreme, too much. No, just like a rubber band. Okay, think about it. The rubber band is stretched 100% all the time. After you let go, you lose its elasticity. So in our philosophy of thinking is we must always balance it out. Don't be too much, don't be too little. Okay, so you try to adjust it accordingly. Correct. So so you're doing marketing and event management. Okay, that's good. That's good. So your 100% eating EG is actually very good because you are creating events, you're creating marketing events. But otherwise, you create a new enjoyment, new experiences every single time. So that one actually plays towards your strength. Okay. However, the thing that you like I mentioned, I think must be aware of is be mindful is do you stress eat or do you have any
exactly.
order? Okay,
Yes.
because being 100% means that it's a very high chance you may be negatively affected as well. Okay, and your other second highest one is indirect wealth. Okay, let me just go to indirect wealth slide here very quickly. So when indirect wealth, right, do you get overwhelmed when doing your management? If you do, that means your negative impact by your own energy. Okay, be it natal every single year or be it on that month or that year kind of situation. The first step is always be mindful of your current situation, current surrounding. That's number one. And secondly is from there, do mind adjustments. Okay. Sometimes the energy is very good. So you definitely go ahead, push forward, go for that direction. You're already your career is already very well suitable to what you're doing, which is let me just do a quick check. You're doing event management, content creation. So you are doing something, you're really doing something that get big picture, turning your ideas into profit, okay, for content creation, correct? So obviously you do, so what better way than do tap onto your native strengths. The only thing is just be aware that you might face some how I say negative impact, and from there you adjust yourself back accordingly. Okay, how's that? Hope that is helpful towards you.
Okay, Kim also got a question, but it's not related to thank God. Maybe I just put it here and we see whether. Okay, so she's saying that she's saying that if there's a half combo resources in her nature, to look for the third animal for full wood frame is better. Example, already have rabbit and goat. So if her boss is a pig, wood frame is better.
Okay, Kim, my answer is call us up for consultancy. Okay, because it's very difficult to give an answer based on these comments. Okay, because number one, we do not know what you're looking for. What do you want in life? Correct. without knowing what you want in life, you don't know without knowing your destination, we don't know what is the best advice to you to get there. Okay, maybe some year a wood frame will be better. Some year wood frame may not be better because I also don't know your day master as well. Correct? So there's a lot of things that we need to know and have further maybe clarity and confirmation with. And right now you're also talking something a bit more advanced level than what we are preparing today, which is half combination and all this information going forward. And I see your question a little is more towards our career palace. Okay, that wise is actually very much more advanced than what today's topic is all about. Okay, so with that being said, right, my personal suggestion is, first of all, I think you know what you're reading already. You know what to read, correct? Yes, but the most important is we cannot so-called give you a full information without knowing more clarity, which is a bit challenging at this at today's time up. So in this situation, I suggest you get in touch with me or Amy, okay, and we can give you a one-to-one consultation about from there what you more detailed. Hope you're okay with that situation. Is that okay? Yeah.
And Corinne also say thank you, Corinne,
okay.
for asking the questions. Yeah.
Thanks, Corinne. Thanks, Corinne.
Thank you so much. So we are going to wrap up soon. So is there any more last questions regarding 10 gods? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So because today's topic is on 10 gods, so we'll just focus on 10 gods first. If in the future we'll be talking about like all these combinations, definitely we'll welcome Kim to come in to join us for the sessions, and maybe we have a more thorough discussion on that. How about that, Kim? Thank you so much for asking the questions. So yeah, thank you, Serene. Thank you. Any more questions? Okay, so far so good. Yeah. So yeah, Ryan, anything to add on for today's today's class, or is it a class? Sharing, today's sharing.
Today's sharing, don't say a proper class. But anyway, just for further, just to reiterate a little bit more, I will be providing a Google Dropbox, okay, of this table chart, okay, as well as this simplified element chart to everybody, okay. So please be patient with me for a little while. Once you have uploaded all this video, once at the end of this podcast, I'll make sure this is available to everybody to download in our be it from Amy's Facebook group, or is it my YouTube channel or her YouTube channel per se, so that not only people who are attending live today can get it, but people also happen to catch this replay later on, they will get a simple diagram so that they can very quickly, very easily, okay, see which element they're talking about, so that with further clarity, they can also help themselves going forward on this situation. Is that okay?
Thank you, Ryan, for being so generous. Thank you. Ryan actually took up the time and effort to do all these slides. I really have to say thank you to Ryan. Very good effort, and he's a very resource person. So, you know, he's damn good. I only say that he's damn solid. Yeah.
Okay. So just a last iteration. Thank you so much for your attention to our little sharing. Okay. So what we do is we actually have our own YouTube channels. Okay, Amy youtube.com/ at Amy Kang. Okay, youtube.com/ okay at Coach Ryan Tan. Okay, and Amy has his own Facebook group, and I will actually have my own new Facebook upcoming very soon. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Hey Harold, how are you doing? Okay, so this is actually what we are offering. These are very simple, quick slides. So if let's say like what I have for Kim, if you have more questions about how to do, how to apply, how to so-called plan ahead using the energies of each year, each month ahead, we are both Amy and myself. We actually do offer one-to-one consultations. Okay, to you. It can be either privately, one to you, or if you're interested, we actually do live show like this. We can share, we do a live reading for you. Okay, and obviously, I'm planning a live reading for somebody very soon to be launched out. Okay, where I personally I use both 八字 as well as 奇门. Okay, I think Amy uses mostly 八字, correct?
奇门 also.
The 奇门 as well, correct. So we will pick and so as mentioned, depending on what you want, depending on what the person would like to have, we actually provide the various advice accordingly. Because some good thing about learning about metaphysics is there's no one way to solve problem.
Yes.
And no
Yes.
no one problem is the same across everybody. Everybody's situation is unique. So do come to us, do contact us. I think everybody here should have or will have our Telegram ID or contact details, WhatsApp or contact details. So can come to us. We will do our best to talk to you and have consultation. Okay.
Yeah. In case that you all do not have, right? So I'm going to add very quickly our Telegram handler. So you all can come to us and then yep. Oh, you have shared also. Okay. So it's here is at Ryan Tan 79 for Ryan's Telegram, and for mine is Amy RTS. So if you all have anything you all like to liaise with us, welcome you all to drop us a text on over at Telegram. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I also like to say thank you to Sunia. He says thank you very much for this informative sharings and very nice thank you to Ryan, very good efforts. And we had Jing also. Jing, thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you everyone. So thank you for your time. Thank you for energy for coming in today, this afternoon. And please watch my Space Coffee with Amy Kang Facebook page for more upcoming live. I intend to do it every Friday at 12 noon. So we'll have different speakers to come up. So I will definitely do more work with Ryan along the way. And I really look forward to Ryan's new Facebook page as well, so that Ryan can also do something on his side, so that we all can grow together. Yeah. So thank you everyone. Yeah, Ryan, anything?
Okay. No, have a great day. Take care of yourself, and then keep in touch. Okay.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Happy Hari Raya holiday for Singaporean tomorrow and maybe Malaysian. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye. Bye bye.